everyone, good morning. Welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to your daily Sun Sign Love Connection readings. I'm really excited because it is December 4th. Happy birthday, Sagittarians. We are in Sagittarius season. Today's featured sun sign, for those that are new and returning, welcome everybody. I love you all. I appreciate your time and energy. And yeah, it's today's Gemini. So I love it because we did just have the partial lunar eclipse in Gemini on the 30th, which was 4 days ago. So trust me when I tell you, the feeling and energies of this will continue on for some time. The messages they will invoke in us, and predominantly with the Gemini influence, it's all about communication. It's all about connection. It's all about networking and commerce. Gemini, ruled by Mercury, is the mind, in addition to being an air sign. So let me tell you, I know many Geminis. I'm a fellow air sign Libra. We've always just met in life, connected, understood. You know, they're fun. They're incredibly versatile, quick-witted, you know, sharp, very focused when they have their mind set on something. But the idea is that they want to share that. They want to be able to express that. They are incredibly good at that. That is one of the main claims to fame, as far as I'm concerned, in any aspect of communication. That's what the theme for Geminis can be. So when that influence is in your life, then it's opening up that opportunity for you in some form, right? It could be in your love relationships. It could be in your ideas that are coming to your mind now that maybe haven't, because you feel like you need to write that book. You feel like you need to start a YouTube channel. You need to express yourself. You need to bring it out and let others be a part of that and to share that. And the whole intent with Gemini is to share in a very loving, positive way to help others. You know, they're always wanting to talk and speak. And the thing with Gemini is they are known as the twins, the duality, right? They're mutable signs, so they're very adaptable and changeable. You know, one time they're feeling one way and another. Their mind is constantly moving. So this energy is great, but it also can be very, very nervous kind of energy, and they say fickle at times because it just is so fast. You've got to keep up with them. If a Gemini is bored, they're on to the next thing. They're on to the next thought. Okay, and I mean, I have always joked about how when I speak to some of my closest Gemini friends, siblings, you know, you look in their eyes and you can tell the moment they stopped hearing you because they're already on to their next thought. You weren't talking quick enough, or you weren't keeping their interest. But loving, beautiful energies, they definitely care about fairness, and they give from their hearts, you know, but as an air sign would be, they tend to appear detached when it comes to emotional things. They like to keep the emotions out of their thoughts so they can have that clarity and direct, you know, intention. But yeah, so there's a lot of the influence that will be about the very important drive and determination to communicate, to get your truth out, your speech, your written word, whatever it is, and to definitely connect more with others, with those around you, you know, because let's face it, a lot of that has not happened this year. And now it's getting to the point where it just has to, you know, I mean, in some way or fashion, whatever, safe and whatever else, we need to really bring that out and really speak our truth and such. So that's the influence, and that's interesting because we have the featured sign of Gemini. So the highlighted sign, however, which I like to choose every day, is going to be that of, I like to do it in front of you, Libra. Beautiful. I'm Libra. I love it. Gemini, Libra, both air signs, both about, you know, definitely relationships and intertwining and knowledge and learning and expanding and friendship and caring and diplomacy when it comes to, you know, Libra and fairness. They say that Libras have a hard time making a decision. Well, I really beg to differ, although sometimes it's true. I won't just snap at a decision. I will give it a great deal of thought and look at all the different perspectives and sides and points of view. I don't care to argue. I don't like discord. I prefer that everybody get along at all times, which is kind of idealistic way of looking at life. I get that. I like to soothe and kind of calm that energy of a Gemini because sometimes you're like, whoo, because I pick up on energy like everybody does, right? But fun, you know, just having a good time is number one with these two, especially. And, you know, you don't always necessarily agree on things together, but you can work that out and have great, healthy debates, you know, and recognize and exercise your point of view, right? And then with the cardinal aspect of Libra, Libra is very much in wanting to do things and to keep moving and to be out there in the world and to connect and to be around relationships, to be in relationships, to care and to, you know, compromise and do all the things that's really important as far as justice is concerned. That's a very key thing for Libras. And I feel the same way about, you know, Geminis. They have that affinity for that. They don't like to see things that aren't being fair or that are, you know, untruthful or that sort of thing. So that's a beautiful, harmonious kind of energy. And then Venus is the ruling planet of Libra. So it is about love. It is about beauty. It is about aesthetic beauty, but internal beauty. And just feeling good, the magic that Venus, you know, can bring. Although I will say that Venus is right now in the sign of Scorpio, right next to Libra, but very different, very intense, very passionate, very deep, you know, very transformational kind of energy that we have in our relationships, moving to the next level, you know, bringing out the hidden, the revealing truth that's very prominent right now in the world. The truth will come to light, like it or not, you know, and that's what's being worked on as I speak. But I don't want to say much else because that's not what this channel is about. That will occur. And then I do want to say lastly, the two of you will probably do extremely well with this new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius on the 14th. We are not only in Sagittarius season right now, but, you know, there's this new intention, renewal, resetting, truth, once again, communication, ideas, higher learning, future thinking, beautiful aspects that Sagittarius brings, and it's very complementary to both the Gemini and the Libra, as well as Aquarius, and all signs in general, because it's such a positive, fiery, ambitious, motivational sign. But that's going to be very, very helpful. It may have a lot to do with what you do two together. You know, in a relationship, whatever that may be, I feel like there's new doors opening up and avenues to you know, to seek and to follow. And it feels absolutely more positive. And I will just say on a personal level, I am an optimist for the most part, you know, I mean, but this year has really, really shown me a lot, as I've had many, many, many hours to think and be alone. Kind of a dangerous thing at times as an air sign myself, but truthfully, yesterday with more issues happening with the camera, and then just going to find out and getting help and, you know, being able to upload a small one, and I'm shortening them now, believe it or not. I just realized yesterday, like I have for so long and then lost sight of, I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. I want to feel that peace regardless of what's going on in the outside world. I want to restore that in myself. I want to bring that to others. I have 2 clients this morning I'll be going to right after this. And that kind of energy is exactly what you need to heal, to help, and to bring as much upliftment and joy in the world. And the more of us that do it, the better. So that is my full intention for you and the readings. And getting that little snippet every day of, you know, a little bit of message. Sounds good about your specific connection, because I'm going to read the 3 major categories now in regards to the highlighted relationship of Libra and Gemini. And then I'm going to read an individual message, tarot message, with my beautiful Art Nouveau tarot this month for all of the signs in relation to Gemini. So let's go with the messages regarding, I love it, it's so perfect. Absolutely love spirit and allowing it to work through me and express itself. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, well, things are looking good, especially for the highlighted. connection right now. So the very first card is always the overall energy. I like to call it the catalyst leading you to this reading. And I mentioned it is the 4th of December. So this will be through the mid-month of the month, sometimes longer, especially with the effects and influences of this wonderful lunar eclipse in Gemini. And you have the Lovers. So, I mean, yes, it is about love. So there could be great love between the two of you. And I mean, on all levels, like I said, great friendships, absolutely romantic, you know, you are the one, soulmate kind of love. But more importantly, truly, is just this beautiful understanding that you've picked the right selection, you've made the right choice in this connection, what you belong, what you mean to each other, and the reasons you are together, you know, from a very deep, fundamental part of you. This is a major arcana, which represents very important life-altering kind of influences. So it's a very positive thumbs up kind of general vibe that you get from this energy of this card. And I love to see it a lot. In addition to the fact that this card absolutely represents the sign of Gemini. So it's really very, very synchronistic right now, right? Which is what I love. I come in this beautiful sacred space and it all sort of ties together for you. So that's absolutely gorgeous. And then the second category is the possible blessings or obstacles you may incur this, you know, next couple of weeks. But you have the Six of Pentacles. So quite frankly, I find this an amazingly beautiful, generous, and charitable card. It represents the giving. It is the earth element, so there's practicality and you know, generosity and financial help. You know, help from others is what comes from this. But what I always love about this is it's a balance, which is what Libra represents, right? In this relationship, it is about the reciprocation of giving and taking, and it's coming naturally, and it's feeling balanced, and it's feeling justice. You know, it's feeling like everything is feeling right inside and out for you, because you're allowing that from the inside out, you know, and then that affects everybody. So if you're not the one giving, you will be receiving. And if it's not between the two of you, just wanting to keep each other happy and content, you're fair-minded anyway. So you're just making sure that, you know, even subliminally, making sure that things are on a balance, you know, it's a 50-50 kind of relationship. That's what we all strive for, and I think it makes sense. Those are the ones that are probably the most long-lasting and, you know, unconditional kind of loving relationships. You just automatically want to gravitate towards that kind of fairness in your relationship on all levels. So I love that a lot. And then the last card is always the financial card, and how you've managed up to this point. Certainly, in addition to money, your stability, your security, how you're feeling, you know, on a fundamental, well, with the physical aspects of your life, things you can feel and touch. And you have the Ace of Pentacles. So, I mean, as I said, we had this very important aspect of being able to speak out if we haven't been able to really, really connect in ways that we haven't thus far. With the full moon, bringing a light onto topics and circumstances, like with me, technology, asking people, reaching out, asking for help, you know, appreciating and utilizing that, and then growing from it. And you have great help here, and you have this beautiful inspiration that's coming up. And I think you're already feeling the newness of it and the intention you have to going forward and not letting go, and not allowing external influences to, you know, stop you or bring any conflict into your thoughts about how much you can manifest. You know, you have an idea in mind, you put that out there, you feel it with everything you have, you write it down, and it becomes real. It is what you believe it to be. And it's just the beginning, you know. I mean, there's been a lot of sacrifices and changes and holdups and questions, and this is showing that's absolutely going to change and lead to a better better, beautiful, balanced, and abundant life. So I love this. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful message for you. And I hope it started your day well and will continue to be. And I hope you're already resonating and already feeling this anyway. You know, because sometimes the eclipses, as I said, full or new, will instantly bring something in or information, especially having to do with Gemini, or, you know, take something out so that it opens up the door for other things. I feel like that's already happened for you, but this is just really like the icing on the cake, if you will, to reaffirm that or confirm that for you. So we'll set those there because those are amazing and beautiful energies, and I'm happy to see that for you. And then we're going to go around to every individual zodiac sign and the messages for you and this Gemini connection. And so we'll go clockwise. We have Virgo and Gemini, and this is one of those combinations. And my good friend, her husband is a Virgo, and she is the Gemini. And they couldn't be more different. I'm just going to be honest. You know, it's just they love each other so much. It's so amazing, and the differences is what really keeps them inspired, to say the least. It keeps them on their toes. It keeps them understanding a different point of view at all times, but also at the same time actually very similar in some ways. It's just so interesting, the dichotomy of that, you know. So Virgo is a very is a mutable sign, also ruled by Mercury. So that in itself is why there's this definite attraction. You both are interested in the mind. You delve into things really deeply. The two of you together with this precision that Virgo requires, and this incredible practical way of looking at things, and you know, very I would say reliable and steadfast and determined. Is they're grounded. They're not going anywhere. They're going to continue to study or learn and improve, and that's very attractive to you, Gemini. So if you drop the ball on occasion, which the only reason that would be, Gemini, is because you're on to that next thought, and you're just, the steadiness and the grounded, secure feeling that you get and have with Virgo is a beautiful, beautiful partnership to have. You know, because they're looking out for you, and that is for sure. And they care a lot about money and security, and they usually have it, and they'll help you with that in ways to manage, because I think a lot of Geminis and air signs in general, and in particular, love to spend money. But they also make it too. So there's the balance. You know, it was shown that things are going good that way. You're very generous, so if anything, you probably spend more on other people than you might think you should later on. But this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful relationship. And you have, oh my gosh, you have the Ace of Wands. So there's some real powerful, beautiful motivation happening with the two of you. It doesn't matter if it's a beginning of your relationship or a long-term relationship. You still have ideas that are exciting you and motivating you. It's a very intimately passionate card. So maybe things are livening up in that department. I always like that, especially if the energies of life and the planets are conducive for that, and they are, with this optimism kind of beautiful feeling, and a lot of the planets going into air, which is going to change the energy so much from what it's been this year. Watch and see. And it has a lot to do with forward thinking and communication. I love that for you. Very, very cool. And that is a fire sign element too, so keep that fire burning. Speaking of fire, we have Leo and Gemini. I see this all the time, because fire and air is an amazingly beautiful element combination. So let me just say that, yeah, many combinations and connections and couples I've seen with Leo and Gemini. And it's pretty simply understood, because there's this fiery, passionate, unmistakable leadership quality that Leo exudes. You know, they're confident, they're ruled by the sun. These are sun sign readings. The sun represents our ego, our ideals, our interests, you know, our passions, and, you know, how we want people to see us, I should say. You know, all of those things that are ego-based and, you know, really about our personalities. And you have all of that in spades with Leo, and they are incredibly gregarious and generous and, you know, full of enthusiasm and creativity. And that's always exciting to you too, because you're very creative in the ways that you express yourself, yes, Gemini, but also artistically in many other ways. You're very, very multi-talented talented, I guess I should say. So you both really work well together. There's that lighted spirit kind of thing that comes along. There's this deep devotion with Leo, and you know, yeah, they get fiery and stuff, but you can tame that. That's no problem. A lot of times their bark is way worse than their bite. But they are a fixed sign, so they do have their set opinions, and sometimes it's a little hard to sway them, but if anybody can do it with your gift of the mind, Gemini, it's you. So the message for the two of you is the Tower. Okay. Well, you know, the Tower, people are like, the Tower! We've already had the Tower. This whole year has been a Tower, in my opinion. It's nothing new. You get it. You both have experienced it. And quite frankly, I think with what's happening now and the energies that we're ending the year with versus, you know, since March and stuff, have been amazing ideas and epiphanies coming through, you know. We've been made to stop and really think and go inside and internalize more than we have in probably our lifetime. And I see beautiful changes and transformations that have to come about. You know, I mean, the foundation is always still very strong, if you notice on this card. And it is a major arcana, so it's a major event in our life that needs to occur to get to the next level, to rise again, you know. And it's the top that's coming off. It's the people and the circumstances that just aren't working anymore to build up again to a better tower, I guess, right? From the bottom up. It could be your body, taking better care of that. It could be, you know, a job circumstance. It could be a home. Whatever it is, it's absolutely, in the end, a better transformation that occurs. Sometimes out of the blue, but not always. We create our towers. We really do, you know. And if we don't, the universe will. Because things have to change in our life. You cannot stay in circumstances that are not going to better you. It just isn't going to happen. You know, and that to me is a beautiful co-creative kind of energy that I welcome, because it is hard for me sometimes to leave things I'm familiar with. Then we have beautiful Gemini and Cancer. See it all the time. There's that air and water. Now, Cancer is very, very, very emotionally bound. They work through their emotions. They live their life through their feelings. They feel the energy of others. The moon is the ruling planet of Cancer, so constantly feeling the energy and the pull of the moon as the tides and the water. Being a water sign, we all have a lot of water in us, right? We're affected by that. So they're very sensitive and sometimes moody because it's depending on what's happening with the moon and what sign it happens to be in, and the eclipses and the new moon and full moon eclipses we're in. This is a big part of really feeling and understanding life for Cancers, you know, and they're very, very giving, caring. They love home. They love, you know, taking care of family and what they consider family. And it just dawned on me, and my message came through, that that's a big reason why a lot of them are homebodies. They take on so much, and there's so much feeling and psychic connection with them that people don't even really realize, you know. They keep it inside. You know, they have that hard outer, you know, exterior shell, but they have a lot going on inside, and they really need to feel trust, and they can be very sensitive to things that they don't feel are really going to be a secure thing for them. So don't think that they aren't recognizing what's going on, even though they might be more inwardly, you know, not all of them are. They're picking up on things. They really are. They're cardinal sign. They are very interested in doing things and keeping busy and active. You know, they're probably the head of the PTA and, you know, all sorts of organizations, their own jobs, great entrepreneurs, actors. They can be in any field, but they need their downtime, and they like to be at home alone because they need to regenerate after all of this empathic kind of energy that they have. So the two of you have the sun. There's some beautiful, beautiful feelings. Like, I really feel like for all of us, of course, and especially the water signs that, well, I think Cancer liked being at home if you had to be at home. I mean, there might have been extra work with children and all the things that came with that, but you love that. That's actually what you live for. And you're feeling really good. You know things are going to work out. You got this far. It's December. My God. It's December, everybody. And new light is coming into the picture, new energy, new imagination and creativity. The two of you could be doing things that are making you feel so good. You might be just being on a vacation, on a getaway, you know, you've needed it, you want it, and here it is, and the weather's pretty darn nice in California. Staycays are great. So this is gorgeous. Beautiful energy for the two of you. I'm glad to see that. And there's Gemini. So we're going to go with Taurus and Gemini because, you know, they're right next to each other. There's this beautiful affinity. There's that air and earth. And boy, you have that strong, grounded determination, caring, definitely reliable, security-seeking Taurus. You know, they work so hard and they have their eye on the prize. And when I say hard, you know, like this right here, this is considered work, right? In a lot of ways for people, and it takes time and everything. But I love it, so I don't consider it work. What I guess I mean is there's such steadfast energy with anything that the Taurus undertakes, and they just will be patient, and they will grow in incremental, you know, ways, as opposed to trying to get somewhere fast and then have to redo it like other signs I'll mention in a moment when I get to them, mainly fire. There's a beautiful earthly understanding and love of life, love of beauty, love of luxury. They're ruled by Venus, as is Libra. So they appreciate all that, and they're willing to take the time and energy and, you know, length of time, whatever it is, to accomplish and live a very beautiful, you know, luxurious kind of life. And they're going to share that with you, Gemini. You know you love that. And they ground you. They're really there, they're reliable, and you can definitely count on them. If you ever need a shoulder, they will be there for you. And you have the Six of Cups. I love this card. It's a happy card. It's a definite card of reminiscing and sentimentality. Childhood memories come to mind. Maybe you're thinking about when you both met. Maybe you've had some siblings, or, you know, people that have passed on, and it's that time of year when we obviously think about that, or we've lost somebody, you know, if not this year, in the past, as I have. And you just want to be happy. You want to be grateful that they were part of your life. You're feeling this loving depth of emotion and fulfillment. Gratitude comes to mind. And memories. Maybe somebody's coming back into your lives. Let me know. If you have not subscribed, please push that subscribe button, like, share. It helps me a great deal. It's very appreciated. And you can comment. I want to interact with you as much as possible. A lot of new things coming up for the new year, too, for readings and personal, you know, lengthy readings, the Celtic Cross and so forth. But, you know, comment. Ask me anything you need to know about that before I get it all up, because for me, it's a longer situation for some reason. Then we go on to beautiful Aries and Gemini, and they hit it off really well. There's that fire and air. Aries is a cardinal sign, an initiator, doer, leader, first sign of the zodiac, as I always say. You know, they have to be a leader, that they represent the beginning, right? Very confident, very capable, very impulsive at times, you know, just like straightforward motion. I'll think about it later. And mind you, Mars, the ruling planet of Aries, was in retrograde for 2 months. Mars has been in Aries it'll be 6 months, but it has been in retrograde, and it's definitely built its steam back up. I mean, I think the legitimate end of shadow period is something around the 19th or something, maybe a little longer, but no, well on its way. We're all starting to feel that. Mars affects us all, but if it happens to be your, you know, ruling planet, and you happen to be around an Aries right now, you're going to love their energy, and you're going to thrive off of that, and you're going to talk a lot about new ideas and what you can do next for the new year coming up. So your message is exactly that. The Eight of Wands, fired up, fast-moving messages, fast energy. Let's get it going. I've waited a while now. I am not holding back anymore. Positive influence with the two of you. Oh my gosh, I literally have goosebumps, because with the full moon eclipse and the interest in communicating again and really making things happen, not just talking about it anymore, but talking in order to create, right? That's what's happening for you. Pisces and Gemini, I absolutely love it. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. Pisces is a water sign. Pisces is incredibly sensitive and caring and nurturing and loving. and very, very interested in the occult and spirituality, religious, ideals. They understand everybody. They have a very keen and strong sense of who people are, what life is about, just this old soul, as I always say. They're very creative, very talented, very capable, very much interested in a lot of times having their own businesses and their own, because of being the creative creatures that they are. They don't always want to conform to a specific 9 to 5, though they can and do amazingly well. Whatever they do, they're very intelligent, and both internally and, in the mind. So the two of you can come up and talk with ideas for days and have a lot of fun in the process, because they're there for you, Gemini. They will accept you exactly as you are. They feel what you're feeling, and yeah, you can trust them and appreciate their sensitivity. A mutable sign as well, like you, and you have justice. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the sign of Libra, so, and it is the scales, and it's justice. Because everybody, in particular Pisces, who hates the thought that life can't be one big love fest, literally. And then Gemini always idealizing on that and being able to express how maybe we can make that happen, and feeling that, right, in their heart, even though they're in their mind. The two of you just really, really care about justice. It's more obvious to you than it's ever been since this year has transpired. And I feel like you're going to continue to push that and be activists about that in any form that it takes. And also, if there is a court situation or some kind of legal, situation in your lives, it's going to be a yes. It's going to be, you're going to win this, okay? It's absolutely in your favor. Justice has been served. That's a good feeling to know, when it's not always that way. Then we have beautiful Aquarius and Gemini. Look out, because we're all about to enter into the Aquarius age. And it starts on the 17th, and then planets are slowly moving into the Aquarius sign. And it's an air sign like you, Gemini. Many, 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 many connections and friendships and love are with Aquarius and Gemini. You really get each other, and you love and respect each other. Now, Aquarius is a fixed sign. Aquarius is definitely set in their opinions, and they're kind of hard to change that, whereas you're a little more flexible. You can see all sides of everything, Gemini. You're like, yeah, whatever. Okay, well, what about this idea? And you kind of go from there. Uranus is what rules Aquarius, so this is all about science and future thinking and medicine and space and all sorts of new technology, specifically with Uranus. And just this inventive time we're coming into, this expressive time we're coming into, completely different than what we've been having for years in the planets with the earth elements. A lot of changes in government and the way things are done, And what's the saying? We're not going to take it anymore. It's going to be slow, but it'll be happening, and everything's going to be better. All of the feelings are going to lighten up this year. So the two of you can do amazing things as well. You have the 9 of Cups, wishes fulfilled. This is really serious stuff. This is how beautiful the energy is already. And then with the Sagittarius, that goes so well with you with the new moon eclipse. Wishes fulfilled, man. The only one left is 10. That's the ultimate. With family, maybe you'll then consider family. Right now you're so independent and you're so revved up about what you want to do and how you want to see the world change. The Aquarian is about helping everybody, the epitome of the non-profit, philanthropic kind of endeavors that come through, and you love working with that, Gemini. This excites you to no end. You have come up with more and more ideas together. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Not surprised at all. Then we have Capricorn and Gemini. Once again, the earth and the air. So yes, there's going to be some stubbornness with the earth, and yes, the Capricorn of all the earth signs is probably the most serious and the most stern, at least appearing so. They have a lot on their plate. They're very, very focused. They're ruled by Saturn. Saturn is all about restriction and focus and, making sure that you're structured. you know, and they're all about that. They when they do something, it's to succeed. Then no other thing comes into their mind. You know, they will reach any high mountain and accomplish anything they put their mind to. And when they're stern, it's because they're so determined and focused, but they don't realize they're like that, because really they're beautiful, loving people, just like everyone else in the world. And they're just more relaxed and more behind the scenes kind of energy. Whereas you've got this bubbly, everything all over the place energy. That intrigues them because they're so different. And they've had Jupiter in their sign, so you may have a lot of beautiful things happening in a lucky situation with work and with family, maybe wanting to have kids and hearing that you can, and all the beautiful things that Jupiter does and expands. You have the Three of Cups. You're celebrating. I mean, yeah, we had recently had Thanksgiving. It was beautiful. There's great emotion and fulfillment in your projects, in your work, in your love. It's a beautiful time for celebration and recognition. And by the way, we're in Sagittarius season, but then we enter into Capricorn. So they'll be having birthdays, and you'll both be celebrating that because we made it through this year, right? Capricorn is a cardinal sign, so they love to be busy and doing stuff, and that really excites you too, because remember I said you get bored easy. Gemini, you need to be kept entertained and busy and able to do things and use that beautiful mind of yours. And so, yeah, the cardinal is for the Capricorn is the initiating of winter, which is about 2 weeks and about 3 days from now, when everything goes into Aquarius. It's a big, big time, but a beautiful time, worth celebrating. I know you're going to feel good about this. Sagittarius and Gemini is absolutely one of my favorites. You're polar opposites, and you absolutely work well together. You have this incredible magnetism and drive and attraction towards each other. You're both mutable signs, very adaptable. They are so exciting and so optimistic and so future thinking, and they love learning, and they love speaking and sharing that, and you do as well. And they are fired up and independent and adventurous, and that excites you to no end because you never know sometimes what's coming next. That's what you're about, Gemini, moving, changing, movers and shakers as it is. Now, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so there's that beautiful luck and knowing the right people, knowing the right circumstances, projecting truth and love and justice is just so incredible and so important to Sagittarius. They're very, very outspoken at times. They say what they think and think what they say. And that's actually very attractive to a lot of people because it's authentic and it's real. And they will shoot their arrow and they will work towards something that makes them better and other people better because of it. Also interested in helping the underdog and others at all times. Very generous. This is a beautiful connection. Something gorgeous is coming up. Well, you have the Page of Swords, so there's a new information coming in pretty swiftly about something that's going on and something you can achieve, and maybe money, because swords represent, institutions and lawyers and bankers and such. So asking information about that, how to invest, with your beautiful communication skills and things opening up that way, you can get a lot more help. So be prepared. It's a beginning of something. It's a very youthful energy, and both of you can be very youthful and childlike at times. So staying in tune with that inner child is very important as well. That's interesting. There is that wonderful air element that's very predominant right now. And Gemini and Scorpio. Like I said, we have Venus in Scorpio. Scorpio is very deep anyway and intense in their love and their passion. They're very possessive at times. That can go both ways, it can be okay, but that can be worked on when you let them know how much you love and you express that, because you don't have a problem expressing that. Gemini, you make them feel comfortable. They can trust in you. They're ruled by Pluto, so they're always going deep and trying to transform and figure things out and reveal things, right? The hidden things, like I said, that a lot of people are recognizing right now in the world affected by the Venus in Scorpio, that, yeah, the truth is coming forth. And boy, has that been obscure. and questionable. So I'm all for it. Let's bring out that truth. Let's be truthful with each other, always, of course. They're magnetic and seductive and very intimately satisfying. Nine of Pentacles. There's that beautiful reaping of rewards. They can be possessive in their money too, in ways so that they can build upon it and really grow it and have it, because they love being able to spend it and share it and indulge like any of us do. Not to mention how incredibly psychic and intuitive a Sagittarius is, which also is very intriguing to you, Gemini, because you love that. It's very, very special. And the two of you have this independence in how you get your wealth. And you work together, and it just multiplies from there. Beautiful, beautiful energies. I don't know. I love this reading for you. I hope that you feel good about this, and this perked your day, made you feel better, because that's what it's about, right? Let's bring love. Let's bring joy to each other. And these are the messages coming through. I'm just the messenger, right? And then we're going to read your beautiful oracle messages that are absolutely brought from love and just wisdom. You know, intrinsic wisdom. Intrinsic? Instinctive? Well, the first set will be the motivational manifesto cards I love, because they have a saying that it just makes you think, like, wow. You probably maybe knew it, but it just sparks that back in you. And it's definitely inspirational in my mind. So this is for all the beautiful Geminis and your amazing relationships, of which you have many. The social being that you are. And your message is, ooh, it's a longer one. Put on my spectacles. We gain power from again and again allowing ourselves to choose the kind of recklessness, yeah, that allows us to be vulnerable, genuine, and brave in pursuit of our dreams. Wow, that was a mouthful. One more time. We gain power from again and again allowing ourselves to choose the kind of recklessness that allows us to be vulnerable, genuine, and brave in pursuit of our dreams. If that doesn't sound like a Gemini, I don't know what does. You're just like, you're out there, you're trying it all, you want it all, you're reckless abandonment, right? To be vulnerable and genuine and brave and to pursuit of our dreams, that's what we have to do. We can't just expect it to come with us, and that's not who you are, Gemini. That's gorgeous. I love that. Thank you, Spirit. That is very appropriate or apropos. These are the animal medicine cards that I just brought in this month. I got them in October for my birthday. I love them. I love animals, and I love that we have the animal spirit in us and being guided. You know, we share this beautiful world with animals, and it's such a gorgeous, wow, what is this? Oh, I think it's just a card. That's a beautiful card. Sorry. Isn't that beautiful? It's all the colors of the world and the spectrum. I really dig that, because that reminds me of you. You're so, unless I'm wrong, let me check the book here, but they all have titles and stuff, so I think it's just a bit, no, it's, oh my gosh, I honestly didn't know. It's entitled Wild. Oh my gosh. Sound familiar, Gemini? Being possibilities, awe. Existence is the mystery of mysteries. The hunger to exist is the life force of creation. To be embodied, to be any being at all, is to witness the miracle of the mystery. Focusing on deep thanks for consciousness will allow you to become your most evolved self. Wild card connotes a time of meditating and, should be denotes probably, meditating and reprogramming any negative habitual thoughts with gratitude and awe. See, I love this because this is you, the thoughts, our mind, Gemini, air sign. Take a breath, relax the center of your brain, enjoy a moment of not doing. Do not doing for a moment of being. That's what it says. Enjoy a moment of not doing. Do not doing for a moment of being. I mean, Well, first of all, that's beautifully said, very eloquently said. Thank you so much. This is by Adriana Atima, I believe. But Gemini, it's just so important for you. You know, the mind is great, but it also is something that can really trip us up. So we need to stop it. And you know how that can be. So just reminding you, the wild, beautiful being that you are, to just stop, you know, and just literally be. Or not. Wow. I'm going to end with your Super Attractor Manifestation message. One of my favorite decks. It's about feeling. And it isn't about the mind, but it's our body and our emotions and bringing into our existence that which we choose. You know, because we absolutely can. And we do it all the time by default. Why not be in charge, right, of who you and how you feel in that meditative state? Woo, I can do less and attract more. That's what I'm talking about. There's the new moon for you. The burst with that beautiful blue, what's that color? I can't even think of it, but it's the third eye. It's our knowing and our psychic, intuitive self, right? Coming through so strongly. And it's true, you don't have to work hard. You just have to be truly present, and you attract more. So something's really special coming up for you, this beautiful and very harmonious new moon in Sagittarius, Gemini. So bless your hearts. Thank you so much for stopping in. I pray that this records for you and that you enjoy it and that you'll come back. I'm here every day. You'll get a reading with somebody, even if it's not the featured, you know, sign you may have thought of, you know, why not? But in the meantime, take extremely good care of yourself. You mean a lot to us, Gemini. You've really invoked in me personally some incredible insights, and I appreciate you for that. So take care of yourself. Thanks so much. Until next time, bye for now.